There we go. Hello, Susan.
Hey, how are you?
Awesome. Hello, what the 50s family. Welcome back. Welcome
Hello,
back.
hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, in the middle of the night, wherever you are.
All the things. Yes,
How
yes,
about
yes, yes.
that? I always say good morning, but depends where you are.
Because it's morning for us.
Yeah, exactly. Um, I'm gonna do it. We just talked real quick. I'm just gonna do a quick thing because I may not have them again. On leches, I don't know if you guys know a lot about this. I did not. I've had them.
Yeah,
Normally Asian food is where I have them. They really have seemed to take off in drinks now. A lot of leche drinks
really.
because I think it has a little bit of sweet, but not overpowering. So I've had some leche martinis lately. If you've been checking on some of the restaurant reviews I'm doing, once a week I'm doing happy hour with girlfriends,
Love that.
and it is so much fun. And I have to say, in Florida, it is off season. I always loved off season in Texas for many, many reasons. But the reason I love off season in Florida is not because it's cooler. It is because half the people leave, and I did not realize that on the East Coast, still half the people leave. I think if you're in Miami or Orlando, even when half the people leave, you don't notice it, but here it's noticeable.
Yeah.
But they want your business so much that they're so kind. They offer amazing summer happy hours, not just for drinks, but food. So I literally have, which wasn't even going to be the time. This is my list of all the
Wow.
happy hours. That's
That's
just that we've come
awesome.
up with. That's not even all I it said, look how teeny print. And it just anywhere from $10 cocktails, food specials, 50% off cocktail, all different hours. There's a lot of ladies specials. A lot of times it'll be a all day happy hour for women. So yeah,
Yeah,
having a
no, that's
blast.
such
But
a
that gets
great
me
way
back to
to
the
go and
leche.
have fun with your friends and save money. People, I
Well,
don't
you
know if
get
people
to try
take
that
happy hour
restaurant.
serious, but it's a great thing.
It's funny because when we go now to a regular restaurant, non-happy hour, we're like, damn. We've decided we can't order drinks on non-happy hour because they're an average of $14 to $20 for a drink.
It's
It's as much
amazing,
or
isn't
more
it?
than our food bill.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's a great way to try out the restaurant. Know if you do want to go back. It's just fun. It's become a really fun thing.
it is
So
fun.
the Leches, my girlfriend Melissa, who's from New York, who will never do a podcast because she doesn't like any of this stuff, but she has moved. She moved here in September from New York and knew nothing, no desire, anything about gardening, and now I've turned her into a psycho. She's surpassed me in a good way. She's
Love
crazy.
it.
But we also change food and seeds and plants and etc. So she gave me this box of leches. But I've never gotten them where they look like that,
Huh.
right? They've always been
Okay.
peeled when you get
Right.
them in a restaurant.
Right. That's true.
So I'm
They're
looking at it. First of all, it doesn't hurt, but it has some rough texture. It's a very rough texture.
they're
And I've
not
even seen them, I
spiky.
think, where they have hairs, but so I'm like, what the hell? Well, thank goodness this little brand, Cell Sweet, peel and remove inner seed.
Oh, it
So I
tells
did.
you. That's nice.
It's not, I'm not gonna lie, it's not easy at first. You got to get that little piece. But then yeah, this just peels off. And I'm
Lift it
doing
up.
it
We
right
can't
now,
see it.
but hang on, because I'm getting ready. The second part of that is do it over a plate or something. It's very juicy. So there's your leche.
Isn't that crazy? It's
And I'm
it's
gonna
weird, isn't it? It's such a weird texture. It's like I don't.
it
Yeah,
so
but they're
it's
good.
this dinosaur skin is what it makes me think of, is what a dinosaur you think it would feel like. And then you get this super, super soft fruit.
Inside.
There's a seed inside. Um, it may not be attractive if you're on a date or in a restaurant, but the easiest way I found is just pop it in my mouth and start peeling the fruit off and spit the seed out. Otherwise, maybe you want to take nice little bites. But there's your
No,
leche
not us.
lesson, lychee, leche, however, I don't know. If I'm saying it incorrectly, please, I'm sure I am. Let me know, but delicious. Now, I have no idea how you tell whether they're in season or not. I'm going to ask Melissa. I'll see her this weekend. We're going to a mango festival. Get ready for that video. That's going to be awesome.
That
Uh,
sounds amazing.
so yeah, there's your, if you've never had them or if you've seen them in the store and went, what the heck was that? Beautiful color. It's kind of a red rose. Very pretty fruit.
They
All
are
right,
gorgeous. Well,
so
so because I have to, because when I want to learn about something, I want to learn about something. So I've eaten leche several times too, and I love it. It's so good. But I don't, nobody down here does drinks. I should suggest that to our restaurants. I haven't seen one on the menu yet. But so
I
I did
will,
a little chat GPT just to see. And so there's
well,
lots of health benefits to them too. So
oh,
they're rich in antioxidants, they support digestion, anti-inflammatories, help control blood sugar. Obviously,
the
it's not
dietary, you're
going to
right, for
fix
the
it all, but
clean
they're
your pee.
also generally in season in the warmer months, it says. So,
Well, I will, as I see them now at restaurants, because I go to a lot of Asian restaurants. I love Asian food. Um, if I see one, I can't remember the last one, it wasn't just leche, it was mixed with stuff, but I'll take a picture and send it. So maybe you can get one of the restaurants over there. They
that would
need
be
to
really cool.
bring something new. We have, oh my
Exactly.
gosh, there's so many variations here. They love to experiment here.
Oh yeah, they do.
And most of the time it's good. Once in a
Yeah,
while, not so good. Not for
yeah, we
me.
have a few
I like
restaurants that are a little bit progressive like that, but not a lot. But no, so in
it makes me think
Florida,
like Sea Ranch does the
cucumber
cucumber.
martinis. Oh, and I'll tell you what, you can't get a
They
cucumber
still have the
martini
best cucumber martini.
anywhere else that tastes like that. I tried one
No,
at another restaurant the other day, and I'm not going to name names because I don't want to put anybody down, but the cucumber
no, it's
martini,
just
I could barely drink it.
I
Barely.
quit trying it. I would try every restaurant, especially here in Florida, trying to get that taste, or anywhere outside of the island. I don't
Nope.
know what they put in it. Maybe a little crack cocaine. I don't know, but
It's
something.
very possible because you
So good.
only need to drink one, but you can't. Yeah, you
You
drink
don't
one.
taste the alcohol, which is danger, danger. That's what happens with these drinks. I'm going to tell you. It
Yeah.
that little bit, and it's not a super sweet. It's sweet, but it's not super sweet. But it camouflages the alcohol. Now, interesting, I will tell you, I am not a gin drinker. I can't. It tastes like perfume. And yes, I have tasted perfume accidentally. So I do know what it tastes
Me
like.
too.
Um, I don't like it. But I learned years ago, I just say, can I change it for vodka? And they're like, sure. I have found most of the leche drinks, most of the drinks I like always are gin. So FYI, you can ask bars.
Oh yeah.
I had a really good basil, pomegranate, and something else. And they're real big on the Edelberry. I hope I'm saying that
Yeah.
right, which has all
Elderberry.
kinds of health benefits. That's always a gin drink. So yeah, if you don't like or you don't like vodka, tell them to put gin. Whatever you can ask. Most restaurants will substitute. I don't
Oh
know that I've
yeah.
ever had one say no.
I have not
Well,
either because I
now,
like gin and tonic only, but I don't like it in other drinks usually. Vodka is usually my
yeah,
go-to, and I don't drink rum because it's such a sugar high content.
yeah, I like it, but I'm like you, I don't, and it
Yep.
gets me a
So
headache.
yeah, me too. So I shifted out for vodka as well. No, I've never had one bartender ever say, no, we won't sell you a drink with
No,
whatever
the
alcohol you want.
only and there's a lovely place, Beacon,
Mm.
Beacon, over in
I-
Jupiter, over by the
yep.
lighthouse.
It's
They're
amazing.
pre-made mix. They make all their own drinks and
Oh,
the owner creates them. So when I asked them, they said we would love to accommodate you, but we can't. We will try to make something similar with the ingredients we have available, but we don't have them all available there at the bar. So I
interesting.
will,
Okay.
yeah, sometimes your restaurants will pre-make those every day. And then that's the only time. Yeah, that was the first time I ever had that. And I think it's the only time I ever had that. I'm like, interesting.
Well, it makes sense though, because especially if they're having all kinds of specialty drinks, they're hard
And
to
they
make.
change them.
And
Yeah,
they're
they
hard to
change them all
make.
the
Yeah.
time.
So that's going to make the bartender quicker, which actually I appreciate that because if they're making specialty drinks and they're packed, then you wait a long time for a drink. It's worth it usually,
I
but
think our
like you
episodes
said,
turned into yummy drinks.
yes.
We already, that's why I know, Danica always asks me a topic, and I'm like, I don't like picking it because then it seems like it's boring. I don't know, to me. But
No,
when we don't, then we just get on.
I know. Well, this is
And I will
always a
tell
fun
you,
topic. When is alcohol not a fun topic? Happy hour, right?
before, during, and after, especially after, and also with the leche drinks, I've noticed, almost always it comes served with an orchid, and it's so
Oh,
pretty. And
yeah.
I'm about presentation. It's always going to taste
Oh,
better if it looks good to me.
it does.
Yeah,
100%.
and it's
My
so the
old guitar?
visual.
Well, you remember Terry. You met Terry, my guitar player.
Yes.
Years and years, he always said, and I loved this. We'd go to eat something. He said, no, I can't eat that. It's not attractive to me. Okay, but it tastes amazing. Doesn't matter. Doesn't look good. Don't want it. And I loved that, but because it's, those little details. And sometimes you don't even notice all the details, but if the details are there, there's something about
Oh,
your whole body that's like, it does. It tastes better. It feels better. the
It's
whole
an
thing.
experience.
It is.
That's, but I think he is very right. I think a lot of restaurants don't realize if you don't make a little, I mean, some food's ugly, you can't do anything about it, but
True.
just a little presentation, people won't try food because they don't think it looks good. We
Yeah,
know kids are that way. You
exactly.
hide it under cheese, they'll eat it because it looks pretty. But even as adults, I'm really, and my grandkids know now, they're old enough, they spend enough time with me. You will try it. If you don't like it, I'll never ask you to eat it again. But you have to try it. And I love their faces when they're like, Grandma, I really like that. And I'm like, no shit. That's why Grandma told you to try it. See?
No,
That's why. Like I said, now they
exactly.
don't. They know to try it and they'll be honest. But I wish maybe you can do this with I'm just this is so pretty.
It's
Even if they
beautiful.
could figure out how to do like how you do a lemon
Yeah,
rind
the
seed.
zest, this lemon zest thing.
That
I
is
don't know
so
why
it
they
honest.
couldn't. Couldn't you just use could you, have you tried, since you have them, try with a peeler and see if you can
Well,
peel
I'm
it.
gonna try,
But they're
maybe. They're
kind of
very
squishy
small,
inside. Yeah, I
and I can
know.
see myself hurting myself. Now,
Oh,
people that are good with knives that peel potatoes with knives,
yeah,
they probably could do that.
there you go.
Um, and yeah, it's small, and as soon as you get that first off, you start that fleshy is smushy, so they're a little difficult, not hard, but challenging, a little challenging.
Right. So
Uh,
it might be challenging to make them pretty. So you might just have to use something else, like a mint leaf or something to
you know
put in
what?
there.
Maybe even you could use it, just stick a toothpick through it and put the whole thing in there like an olive, just for
There you
looks.
go. You could do that.
Yeah, that doesn't
But then
taste
you'd be
bitter.
sitting at the table having to peel it.
What? No, leave it. Yeah, don't peel it. Just give you one to eat, but one to just look pretty.
Oh,
Maybe
just for
put on a
pretty.
toothpick.
There you go.
You know what they make me think of? Dinosaur eggs.
You know what, when
No,
you
not
said
dragon. I said
dragon eggs,
dragon eggs.
when you said it's like dinosaur skin, I'm like, it's eggs. That's
It
exactly what I
actually
thought
looks
about.
like a dragon egg, and I have this obsession that I really want my own dragon.
I
I
know.
really do. And if they do ever clone dragons, I'm gonna buy one. I will
Oh,
spend all my savings, sell my house. I want a dragon.
okay. I want one too.
You can ride on it
Have
if
you
not.
seen the new
I will
movie?
loan it out to everybody.
Have you seen the new movie?
How to Train Your Dragon? Of course.
Of
So
course,
first it came
we're
out.
going Sunday. Finally, I'm getting a chance to go. So I haven't seen it yet, which you know me. I'm like, that's like, I can't believe I haven't seen it yet.
So a few things when I saw it came out. Normally the kids will call me and say, "Grandma, this came out. Can we go?" Of course. I saw that and sent the text to mom and went, "Grandma's going to see this if anybody wants to go." And of course they
Exactly.
all jumped on. I will tell you, it's even better than the cartoon. It's really good.
Oh, I,
And did you not? I had a whole thing on Facebook. You haven't seen our What the 50. Kathy Lonnan replied, her girlfriend's son is the main character.
oh my God, seriously?
She saw my thing. She went, I think that's my girlfriend's son. I know he's in it. And I said, well, who is he? And then she comes back and says, well, the guy that, gets on the dragons. And I'm like, well,
That's the lead
the main
character.
guy that's on the dragon. It's like, no
How
shit.
cool.
How cool.
How
He has
cool.
a dragon. Yeah,
That
I'm
I
really
love
good.
that. Oh, I want to be a dragon. Do you know it's
But then,
always been my dream to be in a animated film. Or I mean,
well,
obviously
maybe
that's live
somewhere through our
action, but
podcast, somebody will watch that. Can you have us come ride the dragon?
yeah,
We'll do
yeah,
it. We'll do a whole premiere for your movie. Yeah,
yeah.
you'll enjoy it. It's super, super cute. And that is what that
Um,
just made me think of is dragon eggs. Oh
if
my goodness.
I think the Lilo and Stitch movie is better than the cartoon too. I thought it was
Oh, I definitely think it's
adorable.
better. I'm gonna say it's on the lower end of my favorites though. And I see just as I'm sure you do, I see
I,
just about anything that comes out
I know.
animated kid like. But that's our bonding thing.
Yeah.
I have fallen asleep a few times, I'm not gonna lie.
No.
Marley had to wake me up. She's like, Grandma, I'm like, yeah, I'm not into it. Let me sleep.
See, I thought it was great, but I didn't like the Snow White.
I did not see the new one, and they didn't want to,
I
and
didn't
I didn't
dislike
desire to.
it, but it was definitely not. It's just, I don't know. It just was
You
kind of
know,
like, eh,
don't you think sometimes it's hard our age, what the 50 plus?
we
We
are.
saw stuff at our age, and now when it's remade, we're looking for that. And either do it identical or do it totally different, is how I feel when they do remakes for me personally.
Yeah, no,
So,
I get it. I get it. Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
when they take it and then just try to put a twist, I'm like, that's not right.
I don't mind that. It just depends on if it's done the way that I like it and whether I like it or not. Like even with the new Little Mermaid, there's a couple new songs in the Little Mermaid. One of them I didn't like at all. The one that the Prince sang, I was like, eh. But the one with Scuttlebutt, oh my gosh. That's like one of the greatest songs ever. We wake up and we sing it with my daughter. So it was like that little added to it. It was like that
Right.
made the film for me, and that was not in the original. So it's it's just I think it just again depends on our opinion and our what we like and what we don't like. But no, I
That's
can't
true.
wait. Sunday. So I'll tell you what I think about How to Tame a Dragon, and
You'll
now
have
I'm
to do
excited.
your movie review on it.
Yeah, I will do. I'll do my movie review. Yes, I know. I am so lucky because I would go to them anyway as well, but I have a 7-year-old, so I can go and have an extra reason, right?
Well, I think we're both so much alike in that we're big kids.
Yes.
Um, and when I was a kid, my dad took me to everything, circus, on ice, everything. And I
Yeah.
thought he was so wonderful for doing that. And then I grew up and I'm like, he liked it too. And he didn't want to look like a pervert sitting there by himself, so he took the kid. You
Well,
know?
isn't that sad though? Because I can go,
I
you can
agree.
go,
There should
but
have
a
been
man
nothing
goes
wrong.
to an animated film and he looks like, and it is the saddest thing to me. It's
But
absolutely
and I know he
ridiculous.
enjoyed it because he would be right there. We would do the extras, sometimes I got to ride the elephant around. I mean,
Yeah.
Ringling Barr,
Oh, I
Bentley
know.
the Circus. Oh my God, I have. But so when the grandkids came, I was so excited because even though you made the comment about men, I will go to a park. I still do now, and I
Yeah,
will swing for a while
me
before I
too.
do my walk. And but I still see some people like, I'm
Who
sorry.
cares?
It goes back to my bibs. Why do we have to quit doing stuff as we grow up? Was not
I
even
don't
going to be the
know.
topic, but I'm going to touch on. First of all, I love my bib.
Oh yeah, I've been wearing mine.
I would eat with my girlfriend the other day. She knows I have it, and she's appalled by it. This is my New York girl who's very diva and prissy. But we're having lobster. So I whip out my
Oh,
bib and I said, "Do you have a bib for my girlfriend? Because she always is dressed so lovely." And he goes, "Oh, we don't have bibs, but maybe if you could just take the napkin." I looked at her and I'm like, "Bet you wish you took my bib now when I offered it, don't you?"
damn
And I'm not
right.
sharing.
Yeah,
And guess
usually
what?
when people have crab and lobster, they actually have bibs, even the
I
little
know, and
plastic
I
ones.
actually thought they would, but
Yeah,
that's why I was doing my. So everybody in the restaurant, I could see him looking like, damn. So
mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't think you ever get too old to want to use a bib to protect your clothing.
Exactly.
This is a brand new shirt. I don't want to ruin it the first meal I eat,
And when you
and
got
I
lobster
will.
and butter,
The butter's
I
not
don't
coming
know
out.
anybody that can eat lobster or crab with butter and not get at least one
No, unless
spot.
you're doing this as you're eating.
Well,
It's the
exactly.
only way it's gonna, and even then it might spray. That's the
Exactly.
thing.
Or
When
drop
I
your
went
fork.
to
I do that
Italian,
and then I'm always
I do intentionally, pick up the plate. It doesn't matter. That red spaghetti sauce just goes everywhere. Even when I
especially
wash
when you
dishes
wear a
at
white
home.
shirt, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Nope,
bring
I've
back the
got mine
bib.
too, and I love it. I love it. So you guys need to get on our store and get one of those bibs because
Oh,
they are fantastic.
it started out humorous, but it didn't because for so many years, I'm working and I have a lovely outfit on that I probably spent too much money on. And especially if it's my first time wearing it, or if it's something that I've had 10 years and I know I can't ever replace it.
Yeah.
And then that stain. And there's a lot, I think we did one of our podcasts on that Cud Crutter. It's amazing. Now it does get out a lot, but not everything.
Yeah.
And like you said, butter, oil, it won't get that out.
It's hard to
It
get that
doesn't get
stuff
out
out.
any red sauce. Of course, shit, you can't even get the red sauce out of Tupperware. So,
Oh,
it's just,
yeah.
yeah, it's that thing. So yeah,
With
I
that,
mean,
yeah, yeah, tomatoes. That's what, they're awesome.
well, the waiter was really cute because I put it on and he's like, "Oh my God, that's adorable." That's literally the word he used. He's like, "That is adorable." And I'm like, I said, "I'm 55 and I'm proud and I need a bib so I don't spill shit on me." He's like, "Oh my gosh." So then he asked, he's like, "So what is your little emblem?" And so I'm telling the podcast and he is dying laughing. He was going to tell his mom to get on there.
Awesome.
Um, and he's like, "My mom would probably want one of these." So
Yes.
yeah. And
We
I got to
should next
remind
time.
him
Okay,
that's
so
the
next
other
podcast, let's put them on. We should put them on and wear for
and eat.
and eat. We
I think we
should. We
should
can
eat
even
it,
do a
drink,
remote
and show
eating.
how. So I did them in black. I've got to go back. That's another thing we can't order from our distributor. I have to get it from the gentleman that I had here because they're embroidered.
Mm,
So, and the reason I
that's
did that
right.
is because you're going to wash them.
That's
And
right.
if
They're
you
not on
just
our
do the
store.
press on, eventually that's going to come out. But I've got to talk to him about working. I think he will. And I did black just because I didn't want spaghetti sauce to show. But, we can get them in other colors if you want it, probably.
Yeah,
I
I
know
just
black's
think
not
that,
attractive, but
but no, but I think black is more um simple and it's more, what's the word I'm looking for? Practical.
longevity. Yeah,
Practical, yeah,
practical.
because it gives, yeah, because
You're not
any
going to see how
color.
bad it really is stained.
Exactly. Our point is to not see stains, right? And so if you get a
To
white one, a
still
pink,
look
or a blue, you're still going to get
professional
stained.
when you're sitting at a luncheon and that kind of thing.
Here's my
So,
nice
yeah.
stained bib.
Oh my gosh. All right, so I don't know where we are on time. You have the
Nope, we're good. We still have about 10 minutes.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so are we going to have time? You want to talk about
Oh, I don't even care. You just made me think of something I wanted to talk about. Now I can't remember.
what? I just made you remember or what?
You made
Do
me
I,
think of, you made me
eh?
think, you, you made me
What
think
the
of
fuck
something
did you
that I want to
say?
talk about, but now I can't remember because it's been more than 1 minute,
Oh, uh,
right? God.
I was reading I'm going to get something to drink and it made me think, did she say we were going to talk about drinks? No, that was when between you were going to go get a drink. We just happened to talk about drinks. Oh, I'm so sorry. I know you told me
She's reading up my
it's
text.
been a lot of text messages between back and then. Self-care. Oh my God.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
over 50. We literally just talked about this 10 minutes ago, and I'm like, I don't know
I
what
know.
we've had.
No, but okay, so actually this conversation fits right into that because I think happy hour is part of self-care. And you get exactly what I'm talking about because there's so many things we can do to take care of ourselves. I'm really bad. I'm not the one that I still don't wash my face every night. And I know it's so I should, but I don't wear any foundation. So
No,
that's one thing that I wear my eye makeup and stuff, but I don't wear foundation. So I think that I haven't seen a lot of problems with that because of that, right? But
right.
sometimes I'll just
I'm
take a
the
little
same.
thing, wash it, but I forget all the time. I brush my teeth 4 times a day, but that I forget. And I'd like to wake up with my lipstick still on in the morning in case there's a fire, you
Hey,
run out and you got your lips on.
get more for your buck.
There you go. But no, as far as self-care, like it's literally the socializing, the happy hours. Those are the things that absolutely, I think, create longevity. We're so worried about what we're putting into our bodies, and we need to be conscious of that. Don't get me wrong. But
I agree.
I've been,
We're not saying don't do this, but I think the number one thing is social.
yeah,
I think you're
simply
right.
the socializing. And everybody that I've researched and studied about, because especially since we did this podcast, we're looking into the centurions and all the things. All of them drink alcohol. All of them eat whatever they want. The number one
And
thing is
you don't
socializing.
have to do alcohol
No, of
because
course not.
yeah,
But what
but
I'm saying is that,
But everything else is Centurion, you have to do it. You
yeah,
have to do the healthy. You have to do walking. They walk, they bend.
yes,
You notice that was a huge one is it doesn't matter you have bad hips, knees, you still need, even if you have to assist, bend.
exactly. Well, right out here at our condos, there's our condos. Susan, you know these very well. So there's several buildings, and the building next to me been waking me up every morning at 6 o'clock with their drills. But there's two of the condos that pitched in the homeowners to put in elevators because we don't have elevators, and there's 3 stories. I'm on the second story. I always manage to get the second story. But I've always liked that. Once you moving in is obviously fucking hard because you're moving furniture up those stairs and it's like, oh my God, and all your friends hate you because they helped you move again. Right?
They don't
But
answer your call for the next three
oh
months. Yeah.
yeah, you're moving again. I'm out of town.
I said, why are you
But
talking to me? This
so I
leeching.
like to come up to, oh gosh, I'm so jealous. I like to be on the second floor because I have to do stairs every day. Even if it's only once or twice a day, if I'm at home doing stuff, whatever, I have to do stairs. But it was so cute because the young men that are building these elevators are probably in their 20s. I don't know if any of them are even in the 30s. Just all really cute young men. And I said, "You're building an elevator?" Yeah, they pitched in. I'm like, huh, that'd be nice if I'm doing groceries and stuff. He said, no, but you got to keep moving. This young kid, and he wasn't telling me anything I didn't know, but he's like, I'm just worried about these people because now they're going to use the elevator and then they're not going to be able to walk and move anymore. You've got to walk. You got to do the stairs still. And I loved that because it's so
That's why
true.
we get bad hips, bad knees, bad ankles.
Yes. So if you're not taking care of yourself moving, no matter what it is, if you're in a wheelchair and you're obviously paralyzed, that's different. But if you can even move your legs,
You can still
anything.
get um, bands, yet you're
Yes,
moving them. They may not
anything.
be, moving, but that's so funny you said that because I've been down to put, lock the dogs and unlock the dogs, etc. Now, I still say over 55, have your backup plan that you have something you can grab if you start to fall. I'll be the first one that says don't. But I found I was starting to hold on, bending down and bending up and having it assist me. And I quit doing that. because
Uh-huh.
guess what? My muscles were, I started noticing I was losing muscles in my legs, and I'm like,
Mm.
damn old age. And I'm thinking, what else? What else?
Yep.
Yes, it kind of hurts a little. I'm not gonna lie. When I've been down, my thigh muscles are like, ow. And when I get
Hey,
back up, ow.
we're
But it's getting
here.
less and less the more I'm doing it again.
Yeah,
So I know it's working. But
exactly.
yeah, so you know, again, I'm not, you will always see me. I make sure if I'm getting down anywhere, I have something to hold on to just in case I do need it. But I think as we get older, we're doing less and less. We're getting more help and doing less, and that is bad.
Yeah.
That's
Oh yeah.
bad. You're gonna get stiff. Yeah.
Well, my grandma, perfect example. She had been sick for a while. So we were taking care of her and doing things for her. But she was the one that until she died, she would get up and she would walk around the block 3 times. She'd make sure she walked her mile. She died at 83. She had diabetes complications, but fortunately just fell asleep in her and died, which is the way we all want to go, right? But
Yes. God love
she
her. Good for
we were
her.
taking care of her and she once she was well, she'd be sitting in the kitchen or in the dining room, and the kitchen was there, and I'd be in the living room on the other side of the house. Hey, sweetheart, can you get me some milk? And we did it for a while because we were in that habit. And finally, we realized she
And
wasn't
you want to help
walking.
grandma out.
Yeah, she wasn't going on her walks and things. And then finally, my mom and I talked to her, and she said, "Honey, can you get me some milk?" And I said, "No, Grandma, you can get it yourself." She looked at me. She went, "Okay." And there's her little pride. She had the best posture I've ever seen on a human being, the prettiest legs ever.
The
She
old
walked into
age
the
they
kitchen
did, the
and she
old
got her
school.
milk. And it took her a couple weeks to get strong again. She was right back outside doing her thing. And I'm telling you,
Saved her life
we would
by
have
saying
she'd
no.
have died years earlier if we kept helping her. So you are right. We've got to make sure we don't do
I
that to
agree.
ourselves too, because we do it so often. We make it easy. I have a friend that was years and years ago saying, I shouldn't pick that up. I'm almost 50. I'm like, I carry my 65-pound daughter around. I'm
I
57.
always park out as far as I can from the door, one to save my car from dings, but I figure that little extra steps.
Yep.
7 stories is my level. So when I'm at the island showing condos, even if it has an elevator, I
You
will
walk
walk
it.
up and down up to 7. But I found after 7, I need to be on the elevator. Not gonna lie. Even if you do one, two, the other
Two.
thing I will do in a hotel, like if I'm on the 11th floor, I'll do this just for fun. I'll take it down to the 7th floor, the elevator,
And then walk the
and get
rest.
off and go take the steps
I love that.
just to get, you get your metabolism going, we know all the benefits, plus, 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 plus. So again, it's lit, don't go out and walk 5 miles tomorrow if you haven't walked, because
Exactly.
you'll never walk again because you're going to be so fucking sore. But you know what? Walk to the mailbox. Walk that, get those little, and you're right. And I definitely go back with you on the happy hour. And I can't remember, was this episode of the earlier one, this one still that getting with the girlfriends and laughing and being silly and trying different stuff. And then conversations end up coming up.
Yeah.
We'll talk about stuff. Oh, I've never tried that. Because here in Florida, my friends are from everywhere. I mean, I have Burmese, I have Peru, Russian, with Serbia.
Awesome.
So the variation of I love it's always an education with the culture,
Yeah.
with the food, all of these things. Oh, and Filipino, that was the one she just joined us. But I love it
I know.
because when we find out how much we're alike, and I love that, but we
From
also
wherever
find
you
out
are.
how different we are. And so I always get challenged when the conversation is we're all alike. No, we're all humans, so we're alike in that, but we stop saying that.
Yeah.
We're not alike, and that's awesome we're not alike.
Oh, yeah. It's the best part.
You and I are American born. We would
Yep.
be considered white, but we grew up in 2 different states. We're very different.
Two different
And to look at
families,
these
two
people
different
go, oh, they're
everything.
just like they're, white girl Americans. No, because I grew up in cornfields.
Yeah.
You grew up in mountains.
Yep.
We're going to be different.
Exactly.
That's
And that's
okay.
the fun part. It really is the fun
That's the
part.
fun part.
No, I can't
Oh,
wait to
we
come and do
laugh.
happy hour with you girls. I cannot wait.
You have to come do happy hour with us. Some of the other ones are actually really good. They're going to start, let me do some podcasting on it.
Good.
The other thing I'm working on right now, which is why I keep looking up to my messages, my normal dog sitter can't make it. She's already booked, but she sent her cousin who's going to come meet the dogs. If she can do it, my girlfriend reached out 4th of July weekend. She's going to Newport and said, "Hey, hotel's paid for. All you have to do is your airline." I've never been to Newport. I've never, but she goes all the time. So to go with somebody that's been there, I
That's
told
going
her,
to
I'm
be
like, okay,
amazing.
I don't care what it takes. I will make this happen.
That's awesome.
I'm like,
That's
dogs,
awesome.
I'm doing everything I can not to have to put you in a kennel, but if it comes, no, I won't have to. I'm
No,
just
I know you won't.
but the social thing,
Yeah.
I want to go experience that. I've never had that. I mean, I was in my 20s when I went to LA and Hollywood. Now,
Yeah.
San Diego, yes, but that's different.
Yeah.
So to go to that beachy Hollywood atmosphere, Newport is gotta go, gotta go.
Oh, I'm so excited for you. That's awesome. We're gonna go on a cruise in October.
Oh God,
So
I'm just not good. Where are you going?
and we are going from Galveston, we're going to Cozumel and Honduras.
Okay.
Cannot wait. Emerald has never been on a cruise, so my daughter
Oh,
looked
Emerald's
at
going.
oh my
Okay.
yeah, Emerald, yeah. My best friend Jim, we were music partners for years and years and years. He's my brother from another mother. He used to go every year with his wife. They go at least once or twice, and she died a year ago. And he said,
Oh,
I want to go on a cruise and I'll go by myself, but I want you guys to go instead. I'm like, okay, twist our
sure,
arms, right? Yeah,
right?
twist our arms. So he's
And
gonna
if he
come
goes
down.
all the time, he's gonna know the ropes to,
Exactly.
and there
He's gonna
are
fly
hidden
down and
secrets.
yeah, we'll drive to Galveston and do Emerald's excited to do the Galveston like Ferris wheel and stuff. But she looked at the boat and all the water slides and all the things. And I'll tell you what, the one of the reasons why we keep moving is because I am 50, almost seven. I will be 57 when we go on this cruise. And there's nothing stopping me from going down those water slides and on the zip lines and all the things
Because
because
you're
I
still a
keep
big old
moving
kid.
and I take care of myself and I'm just a kid. And I'm so excited. I can't even stand it. And and maybe not everybody it's in their budget to be able to go do these things, but there are still little adventures that you can do in your home and do whatever. And we're going to get kicked off in a minute. So we need to wrap this up.
Wrap it
Mike,
up with saying somebody said to me, do you do enough of things that made you happy as a child?
yes, I love that. We got to keep doing those. All right.
Whatever it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Until
Okay.
next time, we love
Reach
you
back
guys.
out to me. We'll do one more.
Thanks for
All
joining
righty.
us.
Thanks
Mwah.
for joining us, guys.
See you next
Bye.
time. Bye.